big money, high level PvM. These two things go hand in hand, right? Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. High level PvM is considered to be the best money maker in the game. Now of course, high enraged telos streaking is the best money in the game, but what about other high level PvM content? In this video we're going to take a look at 10 different hours of high level PvM, and we're going to look at how much money we make on average. Starting off with an hour of raids. Raids is one of the easiest ways to make money in this game, given that you have a dedicated team or team of people that know what they're doing, with perhaps 1 or 2 learners max. Actually, I take that back, even when people know what they're doing, it doesn't always go as planned.
Haal die pet eens even weg, dan moet je wel...
Mijn focus is gewoon de hele tijd van cooldown weg. 10 seconden of zo.
Waar zit op base?
Ik ben signed, blijkbaar.
Wacht, wie?
Pet 2 is op base.
Oh, what the f... Oh, sorry. Ik ben een leech.
Pet 3 toch? Oh. Ja.
Whoa. Wait, who's stuck still? Hello?
Did you seriously just die at raids? You're doing DPS, not even doing a roll.
No, that was a clip from a raid I did a long time ago, I swear.
Sure, buddy, just keep telling yourself that.
Yo, isn't that a guy that makes those RuneScape guides?
I think so. I bet he's trying to merge techie and ability codexes like he did ECB.
Yeah, he would definitely be better off doing a different kind of raids.
RuneScape raids are clearly too hard for me. I think I'm better off playing Raid Shadow Legends. An easy to get into mobile and PC game for all of your raid and PvP needs, and here's a quick introduction into the first faction you'll ever meet, the Bannerlords. The Bannerlords are basically medieval knights with a massive kingdom in the west of Teleria. They're arrogant and warlike and believe themselves to be on the side of the good. Orcs, skinwalkers, lizardmen, and Ogrin would disagree though. The lands of the Bannerlords were taken from the non-humans by force and kept through centuries of persecution with the help of the Sacred Order. Now, with the Bannerlords weakened by wars of their king, the time may be at the hand for these races to right an ancient wrong, by whatever means necessary. Just look at how badass some of these champions look, or how creepy they can stare you in the eyes. Someone please help me. The best thing about raids is that it's really easy to get into and simple to understand, yet at the same time, if you want to take the wheel, the gameplay can get really tactical. On top of the new faction, they're going to add 11 new champions, 200 new missions, and 5 challenging levels to almost every single dungeon in the game this month. In short, lots of fresh content to expect. If that sounds like your cup of tea, use the link in the description below to download Raid for free on mobile and PC so you can summon champions as soon as you get in game. That was actually a clip from all the raid. I didn't actually die, and we got 2 Yaka kills and 2 Beastmaster kills within like 45 minutes-ish. So yeah, I'm just going to count as a whole hour since you do need to gather a team, people need to get ready and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, what was the total loot? Well, sadly I didn't get any codices, but the total loot is still very good for the time spent. A good juicy 9.7 mil, so I'm actually just going to round this off to 10 million GP per hour, simply because if I had a codex it'd be like 40 mil. But yeah, 10 million GP per hour from raids is a really reasonable number to expect for the time spent. Let's move on to the next boss, which I did 2 hours of, being Solak. I'll be entirely honest, I'm not very good at Solak. I think I had like 20 kill count at the time of doing this hour, and I kind of know what's going on, and it's enough to get me through the kill for sure. It's not that hard of a boss as long as you have a good team, which I thankfully had. I did it with different teams. The first group I did it with was a group from the Dutch PvM Discord, and they did something called route skipping, which was entirely new to me, and the second group was my clan. Now in the first hour some things went wrong, but we got about 5 kills I believe, and that was still a very juicy amount of loot as you can see on screen. I got 3 Grim Pages in 1 hour, which added up to a total loot of 23 million GP when sold. Pretty good and not bad whatsoever, especially since we didn't get a Blightbound drop. As for the second hour with my clan, that was 7 man, and well, let's just see what happened during that hour, shall we? I'm gonna have to use the Ice Asylum, I'm sorry guys.
You know
Don't laugh. Give me the food.
Yo,
Oh, I see Manta Ray. Give me. Hey, avoided the...
yo, someone telegrab for when you climb.
What the hell? What am I...
Pray
What am I doing, dude?
Melee.
It's on.
Just play melee, that's what you gotta do, yeah.
What was that,
You're gonna
dude?
get slapped? Oh.
No, I mean going in the mind at this point.
You can't
You can't go in yet.
You
You don't
sure?
actually charge with a pad.
Oh, well, you said you can't go in, dude. I click it and I go in. What the f?
Yeah, because you just finished doing it.
Okay.
Dude, I think
Like,
we
literally,
can
you clicked it on.
Oh, you can't go to the mine, dude. Oh.
Bullshit.
Oh, I'm taking east.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what the f? During this hour, we ended up getting a Blightbound drop, which ended up being a 131 million GP split. I did actually record the reaction, but the audio seemed a little bit off, so I decided not to include it. This ended up being a total of 140 million GP for the hour, and that one death really doesn't matter. That's like 800k less. Next up, I did an hour of Trio Vorago, and that went fairly well. It was interesting to do Vorago again. I've done one duo Vorago kill, and I never really wanted to go back. Vorago really isn't my favorite boss, but it is one of the most consistent high-level moneymakers. And so it was time to try out 205 for an hour instead of being the base tank, and this is how it went. So, probably
Did
me.
you get a red?
Oh,
don't
oi,
die.
oi, oi.
Eat up, eat up, eat up, eat up, eat
I
up.
survived. Give me a bomb. Give me a bomb. Wait, let me run to you.
No, no,
No,
no.
it's okay. Did you get signed?
Oh, I was wrong color. I died.
Oh no! Are we too good at this, boss?
Maybe.
Shard?
Maybe not.
Oh, I just used the shard. I'm one
That's
step
fine.
ahead, boys. Okay, whenever you hear the word mole, be sure to take a shot. Let's see how long you last. I did. Just SCV spec.
One more.
I'm clicking it. Jesus Christ, that's buggy.
Ogres. Small?
I'm clicking. Oh, I need... There we go.
Nice.
Should be off now.
No,
Oh,
it's not off. It's mall. Oh. Yeah, mall.
Clicking. What? You need
This
to...
is mall.
This is mall.
What the hell? Why am I not...
Go mall.
Go!
No, now it's not mall anymore.
Ah, dude, I'm sorry. What the hell? Why do you...
Come on.
Wait. Oh, I'm out of bullets. I'm not using bullets. That's...
Mall.
Mall again.
Nice.
Sorry about that. Jesus Christ.
Mall.
Come on, click. There we go. That's better. But it was slow kill. But it's fine. So after that hour of Vorago, which was actually split in two because of a system update, we made about 19 million GP, which definitely isn't bad and seems to be about average for Trio Vorago. That's very good money, especially if you consider that that's the base money per hour you make without a seismic wand or singularity. Next up, we have another really consistent PvM moneymaker being Barrows 2.0, also known as Barrows Rise of the Six. This boss is so easy in terms of making money that I even made a meme guide about it on my third channel. Rise of the Six is the most consistent PvM moneymaker in Runescape 3 because you pretty much always make money as you get the Malevolent energies, which are used for Malevolent, which is used for Trim Masterwork, and will pretty much always hold its value. The issue with this boss is that it does have high requirements. You are required to have overloads and decent gear because otherwise you won't be getting fast kills per hour, and probably no one in a public Discord wants to take you if you don't at least have 290 weapons and overloads and curses. Everything about this boss is focused around speed, fast kills, and literally half of the boss fight is running through a tunnel after looting. Oh, no.
That's fine, don't worry.
It's
Oh, you went
what?
back, dude.
Insane. Alright, so in the first hour I made a decent chunk of money in energies, but I also received a vengeful kite shield drop, which sometimes happen and add a lot to your profit per hour, as the shields are no longer worth 5 million GP, they're worth a lot more. So this was a few weeks ago, but I ended up selling the shield and energies for a total loot of 37 million GP for 1 hour of rots. If you're wondering what the loot would have been without the shield, well, that's exactly this, 17.3 million GP in the price checker. Still not bad at all. In fact, that's very good money per hour for an easy boss. The second hour I did was on stream without voice chat, so there's not as many memes and more me talking to the chat, but this did end up happening, and I did spot a bunch of penguins inside the PvM hub. 1 second, guys. What? I didn't realize Happy Feet was being recorded here. Yo, hold on. Probably one of the more strange things I've seen on stream. As for the second hour, we made about 90 million GP in actual sale value of drops. Now this time you can actually see the other drops I received, which I didn't add in the first initial price check, and that's because I actually already sold them before I recorded that clip. Just so you guys are wondering, you can actually get other drops like Onyx Bolts from Rise of the Six as well. Next up, I did an hour of casual solo Nex. What do I mean by casual solo Nex? Well, by watching YouTube on the side, not paying too much attention to the boss and just getting some kills. Honestly, Nex has been really nice to me. I haven't had any Torva play bodies yet, But overall, I've always made good money at solo Nex, which is nice, and this hour was no different. Sure, you get a lot of Stone Spear drops and Bruise and Restore, which are actually surprisingly pretty good as a drop, not gonna lie. And as a wise old man once said, a rare drop an hour at Nex keeps the sadness away. Because Stone Spirits make people sad. Jagex, please remove them or give them a use. It's been a long time now. And it's safe to say I wasn't sad after this hour, because look at what happened. Wait, that's the wrong clip. Hold on. Finally a drop, there we go, Pernix traps, 17 mil made, easy clap. And the final loot for the hour of solo Nex ended up being 24.5 million GP, a very respectable amount from Nex, and very nice for the bank. Next up, I did 2 hours of duo Araxxor. Now why duo? Well, simply because I don't like this boss. Even in duos, I don't like this boss. It's not a really fun boss, but the part that does make it fun is the fact that you can get the most or single most expensive drop in the game, being Greater Ricochet. Now the thing that put me off trying to properly learn solo so that you can get consistent kills here is that people go 1200, 1500, sometimes even 2000 KC dry on a drop like that, and in my opinion, I don't think that's worth my time. Really, I just stick to duos every now and then and hope for the best. And hope does sometimes provide. But in the first hour I did duo with Nixia, I didn't receive anything. 7.36 million GP, or about 7.4 mil made in 1 hour. Not very impressive, but at least that covers some of the input costs. As for the next hour, which was split into two 30-minute sessions with 2 different people, being Desi and Nixia, well, let's have a look. Yo! First kill? What? Greater Ricochet. Ah, dude! No way! I was like, oh, I'm feeling a Greater Ricochet today, dude. Oh, wow. That ended up being a very good 30 minutes of Araxxor, and it made me a total of around 725 million GP. The Greater Ricochet ended up selling for around 1440 million GP, which means around a 720 million GP split. What can I say? A good day's work for a big old leech. Yes! Oh, sorry. Man, je hoorde mijn yes schreeuwen en het was van Greater Chain. Jammer, man. Maar goed. Fuck. Ik was... Ah, damn. Ik sorry als je doof bent, man. I was like, yes. Nee. So, that was a Greater Chain. Still a very good drop and about a 68 million GP split. And that made us another 76 something mil. And the total loot for the hour of Araxxor was 802 million GP. That's the best hour of bossing I've ever had. And for the final hour of bossing in this video, we're going to go back to one of the most chill bosses, at least from me, something I like to do because I can do it casually while watching YouTube videos on the side, Araxxor. This boss is really good money even if you don't get any spider leg drops. It will more than pay for your supplies because you get onyxes, onyx bolts, sourdough and bruise, overload flasks and all that kind of stuff. This is one of the best bosses you can do at the lower end of the high level PvM spectrum. The reason I wanted to add Araxxor in this video is because Araxxor is a tad bit easier than Nex and more accessible to the average player. And there you have it, an hour of Araxxor without any drops, which sold for around 11.5 million. I know it says 11.65 here, but it sold for around 11.5 million GP, and that's without any spider leg pieces or a fang. A fang itself is worth like 227 mil. A spider leg itself as a piece is around 50 million GP, since the spider leg is 150 mil or something. So a piece is 50 mil, even though you can't actually sell the piece, you can sell the leg. But yeah, 10 hours of PvM for this video made me 1094 million GP, which means that's an average GP rate of 109.4 mil. I did die twice and I did use a lot of supplies, so let's take about 40 million GP off that number. That would still give us an average GP rate of 105.4 mil. That's very good. I know it's inflated or just massive because of those Araxxor drops, but if I did duo Solak and we got a Blightbound, it would have been very high as well, or something else. You can get really lucky sometimes, and your average GP per hour when looking at a select amount of hours can be really high or really low depending on your luck, because all PvM is luck, RNG. And before anyone says that, I'm fully aware that there's other bosses that are good money, like Elite Dungeon 1 solos because of the ancient skill drops. But yeah, these are the bosses I did for 10 hours, and this is how much money I made. So to answer the question, is it hard to make money as a PvMer? At the higher end of the spectrum, absolutely not. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and if you did, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.